Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Flat World series. This is episode 8. Um, we're going to start off by collecting some spruce wood, um, which we now have mostly, if not all, the sapling types. I did misplace my dark oak saplings, which I'm kind of sad about. Um, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be getting ready for the nether. So in order to get ready for the Ender Dragon fight, we're going to need 7 beds, 10 obsidian of flint and steel, 10 eyes of Ender, 5 arrows, 5 buckets of water, 29 plus 60 plus a stack of salt, a bed, and 2 stacks of dirt. I've recently raised my render distance up to 32, and I discovered this village, so I am running over to it now. We are now in the village, and we first see a house that I think has loot in it, but it just turns out to have a blast furnace in it. So I then look around. I find some wheat. It's really good for food. You can also use it to breed animals. And it's just overall a really good resource to have a lot of. I know I have a wheat farm, but at the moment it doesn't produce as much as I want it to. I check this house, see if it's a big one, but it doesn't have a chest in it. I see a house that also looks like it should have loot in it, and I go and loot it. It has a good bit of apples in it, and then 4 emeralds, which is good. And then I see another village or house that also looks like it would have a loot chest in it. However, this one has 4 oak saplings and a gold nugget, so I basically just ignore it. And then there's another village in the distance that I haven't discovered yet, so I make my way over to that village. All right, so we're now in the second village. The first observations I see, there's a lot of cleric towers. There's about 3 or 4 in this tiny little village. And there is a cartographer's table or a cartographer's building, and he has 3 maps, 1 paper, and 1 compass, which is pretty good. And then there's another cartographer table or a cartographer that has around 3 and 3 roughly. So that was nice. I now have a good bit of maps that I could use. I then just check houses for any possible chests. I destroy these wheat things here, and I find a librarian or a library, whatever you call these things, like so. I then, because it was getting a bit late at this point, I started I decided to stay here basically for the night, in by taking over a villager's home. But I look in that house. I see 2 villagers outside. I go in this house, and there's a chest there with some bread, potatoes, and an oak sapling. I don't take the oak sapling because I already have a fair number of oak saplings at my main base in the saplings chest. And overall, it's a pretty... I have enough that I could start an auto farm. Everything else is just I have to plan it a bit more. But You see the corner of my eye. I see another village. Um, However, I won't go to it until night because I don't want, because of the fact it's a flat world. Uh, the game kind of goes screwy at night, and you could see stuff for miles. Really, I mean. Um, so we just open up this. It has a book in it, potatoes, a gold nugget, which I take for some reason, and then a poppy and oak. I don't need either of those. I get enough poppies from the iron farm that I have, and I get enough, or I have enough oak saplings that I don't really need to care. I go in this place. There is a chest here. Again, a lot of apples, about 5 potatoes, and 3 bread. I want to figure out what I want to put in this chest, so I actually have space. I combine the buckets that I had, and I can officially take everything. So um, I end up clearing that chest out. And while I'm doing this, it's getting later and later and later. And then I see this elaborate building that I haven't seen before, actually. And I really like the look of it, actually. It actually looks like a proper house. Uh, I found a double lectern building. I don't know what it's called exactly, but there is no chest in here. But I still decide to take the bookshelves from this building using my Silk Touch axe. So I got about 8, which is pretty good. That's a fair number of leather that I'm missing or not using. This one has more apples and more bread in it. Not too fancy of a chest. Run in the mill type stuff. And I'm just exploring the city looking for things. I find some more, look at some more wheat, but other than that, I'm just looking for a place to sleep for the night at this point. Which there's a lot of things to choose from. So it's the next day, and we're gonna head over to the village that's in the distance. And yeah, I see another village in the distance, but I don't know if it's that one. And this is actually a really exciting discovery, actually, because at this point we have found a abandoned village, which basically just means it's just zombie villagers. One comes out, and you could tell if it's abandoned by the fact that either it has no torches, and there's also cobwebs everywhere. In which, at this point in time, I have not had any string because my spider drops have been pretty lackluster, really. So I was really happy that I could get some string finally from us, but I have to drop stuff, so I dropped some sticks so I could get enough. So now I could basically craft a bow, which is really nice when fighting the Underdragon because it's always good to have. I look at that chest. Four bread, not the greatest. To be honest, I get another that it does not drop anything, unfortunately. Then I just explore a bit more of the abandoned village. It's a really weird feeling to explore this. Check this. It has a leather. It has some emeralds in it, but I don't take them. But it is a really weird feeling exploring this because you expect there to be vibrant life here, and there's nothing there. It's just a very creepy experience, really. That has some potato and bread in it. I already have a fair number of both from this journey, and I could see over there. I guess a zombie villager died over there, but really, I got really spooked because of that, and I just decided to leave. But I did follow it. So we're back at our main base now. We have the bookshelves and everything that we collected from doing our little exploration there, um, which was very interesting. Um, so we basically have discovered three. I may work these into a bit of a story. I don't know. That probably will come later. But if any of you want to, I guess, suppose any ideas what I could do with those three settlements, or I guess villages, just leave those in the comment section, or you could join my Discord. Link is in the description, and you could put them in there too. Um, However, that will probably take a while. I have some ideas in my head, but uh, I probably won't be able to act for that. I build a tall structure, make a map, kill a cow, get some leather so I can make an item frame, and I'm going to display the map on the wall, like so. I then proceed to get a sign, because I want to put what day it was on and also date it. Basically, the first time I put it on there, I put the day number, which, yes, that's helpful, but it won't necessarily remind me of what date I took it on. So I first put on, I delete that part, and then I put on, then I check the date for it, and it's day around 201. So we just missed day 200 by one day, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's still close to day 200, which good. So we put down what date it was taken, which was July 14th of 2022. And really, that's just going to be there for memento's sake. I can come back and see, I guess, the progression of the base. Of course, also the maps will probably have to get a bit bigger as I expand. So we're going to get more sheep now because we need them for beds and building and to get colored dye or colored wool and whatnot. So this is where I started preparing because of the fact that I spent a good bit. I got distracted on exploring, but it was still pretty good. So I put down a chest and I put in 21 wool and 21 oak planks because I'm planning on making, I guess, 7 beds, which 3 times 7 is 21. So I put an oak sign on it and type out end supplies on there. Because we're going to need everything in that chest to be for the end supply, for the either getting to the end or for the Ender Dragon fight. The beds are mostly for the Ender Dragon fight, or they are for the Ender Dragon fight, because I tried doing this. I'm trying to use the speed running strategy. I have to get emeralds because my cleric gives ender pearl trades. For 5 emeralds, you get 1 ender pearl, which is really helpful and takes which reduces the time it takes for me to have to either get a lot of gold, which currently the only way of me getting gold is through destroying gold nuggets or gold ore in the nether, which takes a while to do. So I make my way to the fortress. I first stop to get some gravel, because this is actually the first gravel I've gotten in the entire series. But now I make my way to the fortress. I am going there to kill some blazes to get blaze rods so I can get Eyes of Ender. And um, also, I hope I don't find any wither skeletons, but I could also use to take my revenge on some of them. I just make sure that nothing's up here to just surprise me and hit me behind my back. Um, yeah, we make our way to the blaze spawner, um, which is right. I checked back to make sure nothing is there, which is to the left, actually, not right. I don't see any blazes on that side, but so we go here. I've blocked the portal using things, but I destroy the torches on the side, so I break, so I no longer have, so they can begin spawning again. Um, and immediately, what spawns right on top of me, I beat it to submission and I kill it. He, instead of actually physically attacking me, he actually just world fire at me, or whatever the hell you want to call that stuff. But yeah, and then I just wait. One spawns there, then I just hit it. Um, then I get a fair amount after this, but we just spend a long time just killing it. So I've gotten uh, one blaze rod out of that, and for some reason, I don't know why, I just went in there to get one. But we're gonna make our way back now to the base, and this is actually after I needed one more rod because I got 8, but I looked up on the wiki and looked at the percentages of how many ender eyes would generate in a portal, and the highest percentage was 10. So at this point I had 8, so I just needed to add get one more because one blaze rod equals 2. There's a piglin there. I don't really care, but overall, we're quite ready. We have 5 now, which is essentially 10. I still need 2 more ender pearls. I easily trade for those, and I then craft the 10 eyes of ender. I first have to break down the rod, but and I just put them together in my own personal crafting menu and put them at the bottom, essentially. And then I just go and collect the blocks that I need. I decide to move them up one. I have everything currently that I need. I have the 10 obsidian, and the flint and steel are primarily for making the portal there. You see, this is what we have. We have 7 beds, 10 obsidian, and those stuff. That is our stuff ready to go to the end. And overall, just a really good thing. So if you liked it, subscribe, comment, join my Discord, which is in the description, and have a good day.